With SUI being integrated into Phantom Wallet soon, people will be able to compare the difference in transaction speeds between SUI and Solana in the same wallet. It looks like they will run on their own native network. From my experience, the SUI wallets have been much faster with a lower failed transaction rate. This may cause a larger migration from Sol to SUI than initially expected. Do you have any insight into this? Well, when you talk about speed, we're talking a couple of hundred milliseconds, so it's not a lot of speed. But Solana is working at making their finality faster all the time. I'll talk more about how they're going to do that. But let's just look at where we are right now. And there's a couple of key fundamentals I like to look at. First of all is SUI versus Sol development activity. Active weekly developers in Sol is 566, and it's 140 on SUI. So there's nearly over 3x the number of developers on Solana. Remember, the developers as well are building stuff that will drive adoption. And with this, more than 3x means there's a lot more building happening on the Solana chain. The number of weekly commits as well, same thing, 2.6x higher, which is very good. Thank you, Moto, for coming too. So from that perspective, a lot more will be built on SUI, or on Solana than SUI. Sorry, my head is not where it should be. It needs to be. I'm all over the place. Anyway, I'm going to try to make this happen. But if we look at that, yes, you could have the fastest chain in the world with the lowest transaction prices, etc. If there's nothing to drag and drive adoption, it's not going to get adopted. Now, in terms of valuation, this is also very interesting, and I've been tracking this for a long time. Whether you analyze the fully diluted market cap divided by the number of daily transactions, or the fully diluted market cap divided by the number of daily active users, you can see that the price of market cap per transaction is $1,789 for Solana. It's $11,500 for SUI. So SUI, you could argue, is 5.4x more expensive on this metric. Then we look at FTMC over daily active users. It's 2.5x more expensive. The question is, what happens next? Now, people have what's called unit bias. It's much nicer to buy something at $4 than buy something at $200 or whatever the price is. So people tend to gravitate towards cheaper things. That's why people love Cardano and XRP, because of unit bias. And that's why people also prefer meme coins, because you can buy like 1,000 meme coins for $1 or something. Anyhow, that's another important factor. When you come to the actual realization of what happens next, I own both SUI and Sol. SUI is the only other layer 1 that I own, unless you include Bitcoin as well. And from that perspective, I do believe SUI is very fairly valued. In fact, if you look at these statistics, they'll say more so. It's more richly valued. Now, the big question is what happens next? What is built? What are the new dApps that are going to drive a ton of adoption? What's going to happen with stablecoins? What's going to happen with DEX volume, etc.? Solana smokes everything out there. And this is going to be big for blockchain. FireDancer is now live. You can see it yourself. I shared the link this morning on Patreon. And this will dramatically enhance its performance, scalability, and resilience. And they've already demonstrated over 1 million TPS. So that'll make Solana a lot faster than SUI. And the finality, it's also going to be faster too. And this will also help diversity, or client diversity, which means no risk anymore of outages. Solana will come out of beta. It's written in C++, which implements a very novel security approaches, and it will also attract a wider variety of developers to the ecosystem. So net, this is all good and faster. Yes, it will be. Now, given Solana and SUI, I would not want to be any other layer 1 right now, because these two will grab it all, I believe. ETH layer 2s, all the legacy Dino coins, they're going to face a world of hurt. But again, follow the developers, follow the adoption, follow the dApps. I own both. I hope both succeed. That's my take right now.